Welcome to Compai's Expat channel. I'm Compai. I am Sosua's voice of reason.
There's a lot of places to rent in Sosua. If you're looking for peaceful, affordable, and tranquil, look at Casa De Compai, Sosua's hidden gem. When you're ready to reserve at Casa De Compai, my contact information is in the description down below.
Over the last 4 or 5 months, I've been getting a decent amount of videos. And there seems to be a common thread that goes through all these videos. To me, the viewership is waking up. They're kind of seeing through the facade that a lot of my content creators on YouTube have been peddling. What am I trying to say is I think the smoke show is over. I think the viewership has awakened up to the fact that a lot of these YouTube content creators have been faking it until they make it, and they haven't made it yet. A lot of them have been coming out of the area of Punta. Now, guys, I would love to do the reaction videos you're asking me to do. I'm not going to do them. First off, I don't know anything about that part of the Dominican Republic. So if I were to do that, I would be no different than the guys that you want me to do the reaction videos of. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to fake it till I make it. I know what I know, and more importantly, I realize what I don't know. In the last 5-6 weeks alone, I've gotten at least a dozen texts and emails, and they're all coming out of Punta Cana. Guys, what the heck is going on down there? I don't understand. I understand what you're saying in your emails, because guys, what these people are writing me in their emails, they're giving me a backstory, and there's a common pattern to these backstories. I listened to a content creator. He told me to have a look at this condo complex. The condo complex isn't done. Go use this person in my circle. Go do this. Go do that. He got paid. I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't get what I paid for. I'm still waiting on the condo to be done. Guys, I can't help you. I would love to. So I have to do a broader video to bring all this together. It's not just that particular incident. Up here on the North Coast, I'm getting similar to the same thing. John, I listened to this one content creator, and they told me that this part of Sosua is a great little barrio. It's where I live. I love it. Everything's good. And then they realized that there were drug raids going on for the last 2 weeks, where they were kicking in doors. The police were kicking in doors and busting a bunch of drug dealers. That wasn't part of the explanation of the barrio where I rented. And I just realized that for the amount I'm paying in this barrio where they're doing all these drug raids, I could have went to the other side of town and gotten a better deal. What I think is happening, experience of the people who have listened to these YouTube experts, they've been given their advice for an extended period of time now, and it's being called on the carpet. The smoke show is over. They're having to justify what they've been saying in their videos. After COVID, big wave of influx of money came in. A lot of new investors. Followed behind those investors were people who moved down here to sell real estate and make YouTube videos. Now that's drying up, because the real estate market in the United States and Canada is changing, where people aren't able to sell their houses as quickly or for the amount of money that they wished to be able to fund the move down here. So people are trying to do it on a budget. People are trying to make things work by selling real estate or doing YouTube. People who have moved down here and changed their life and listened to the advice of my fellow YouTube content creators have realized a couple of things. One, that the information that they got was pretty basic, was really superficial. because you can't be an expert in something you don't do. You can't be an expert in real estate and tell people about the rental market and buying and selling when you don't own anything. How is that possible? I bought my first property down here in 2010 with my own money. No business partners, me, myself, and I. 2014, I purchased what became Casa De Compai, did phase 1. 2017, moved down here, did phase 2, and built a 3-story building that has all my 1-bedroom apartments. 2020, I bought my villa. Guys, I've done new construction, I've done renovation, I've bought, I've sold. I've been doing rentals for 16 years. That gives me the experience and the knowledge and the authority to give you solid advice. You cannot know everything you need to know down here in 3 years. Just because you live in a Dominican hood doesn't mean you know good places to stay. It means you know that hood. Content creators are finally starting to get called out on the opinions and the advice they're giving. And let me tell you, let me say this. If you took the advice of a YouTube content creator or a real estate agent, hold them accountable. Hold their feet to the fire. They profited off of you contacting that link in the description down below. They got paid. They made money off of you. Hold them accountable. If they told you a certain condo complex was going to be done, it was a good place to rent, this is the new upcoming market, hold them accountable. They profited off of that. Not only did they profit in the commission they got paid, they also profited on people watching that video. There needs to be a higher level of accountability for us YouTube content creators. There needs to be more people calling them out. There needs to be a different level of integrity for us YouTube content creators, because content creators cannot be as knowledgeable as they're saying they are by only living down here for 3 years. Guys, let me tell you, it's too hard to do business down here. More people fail than succeed. This is the third wave of YouTube content creators I've seen come and go. It started with Cuba Dave and the Andy the Hobo Traveler. Then it went on to the guys that had beach bars. Then it went on to the guys that were, you know, that second wave of all the pay-for-play content creators. Now we're in the third. And I think this third wave is probably the most dangerous out of all of them, because these are the guys that are pet-owned properties. These are the guys that are getting really good commission deals made with them, with developers. And that's scary for me. It's one thing to know a real estate agent is going to peddle a product, because that's what real estate agents are like, used cars dealers. They're here to sell you anything you want to buy. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to go after the commission. Very few have the integrity that they need to have. You think they're bad in your home country? They're worse down here. But I'm seeing a lot of these YouTube content creators fall right into that model, right into that mode. You cannot know everything you need to know down here by living in a hood, by only being here 3 years, or not owning anything. You want to talk about lifestyle? That's totally different. I'm talking about the guys that are talking about property. I'm talking about buying, selling, renting. How you cannot know that market within 3 years, especially if you don't own anything or you just recently bought something. It's very hard to do business down here. I know I said it already, but I'm happy to see that finally viewership is waking up to the sales pitches that are being constantly being pushed. There's way too many just sales pitch being pushed. I understand YouTube is a big platform. There's a lot of different niche channels, a lot of different niche brands. But at the end of the day, if you are an investor, if you're looking to come down here and buy, you need to look at the history of the person you're taking advice from. Are they successful in what they've done? Have they been doing it for an extended period of time? How many properties do they own? Just because a developer gives you a tour of his latest project doesn't mean it's a good fit. Doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Guys, the level of integrity for a lot of these YouTube content creators, I question. You can't be a concubine for commission and give out good advice. At some point, you got to draw the line. At what point do you say, you know what, I'm not doing this? Why am I not pushing Mishy's? Why? Because Mishy's so underdeveloped. We can't supply enough electric to the whole island. You want to go to a place that's under development? It doesn't make sense. Not for us foreigners. Because let me tell you something. Us foreigners, they want consistent electric. They want strong internet. They want hot water. There's just too much that goes into living into the Caribbean and being able to provide services in areas that are built up, let alone an area that's not. So there's a lot more that goes into this down here. And when the people who follow the advice of these content creators and they realize, whoa, it's not as good as what I thought it would be. It's easy to pull the wool over somebody's eyes who doesn't know anything. It's getting harder because the viewership is getting more educated. They're getting more experience under their belt. And now they're the ones who are going, whoa, wait a minute. You said to me, buy here. You said this condo complex would be done. You said this was good for a rental market. You said, I built my empire. I can build yours too. Pay for me to consult for you. Where are they now? I'm seeing guys come and go. So, guys, keep doing what you're doing as far as holding us YouTube content creators accountable. I'm super easy. Casa De Compai. Rent a condo for your next vacation. Enjoy Compai cigars at my cigar lounge in Casa De Compai. That's my sales pitch. You don't see other links in the description down below. That's how I maintain my level of integrity. I don't need this YouTube channel to provide me a living. That gives me the ability to push the line and get confrontational and call out people because I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't need the YouTube channel to put food on my table. So guys, with that being said, I'm happy to see that the viewership on YouTube is waking up to us content creators and who's faking it till they make it and who knows what they're talking about. So guys, with that being said, always remember, keep personal private and private personal. Peace out.